Hello everyone, this is Ruff and Jane starting a new podcast called Nintenunite. I think you put two and two together, we're talking about Nintendo stuff. But not only Nintendo stuff, but in this episode we are. The two topics which we wanted to talk about today is upcoming games that are releasing soon, and why Nintendo leaks are dumb. You should already know that they're dumb, but just in case you didn't, we're here to tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. So the first topic we're going to get into today is new Nintendo Switch games releasing later this year and also in 2022. So we have seen a lot of new Nintendo games revealed lately, especially in the E3 Direct, that are going to be releasing this year. And a couple of those include Metroid Dread, Mario Party Superstars, and Splatoon 3 and Breath of the Wild 2 releasing in 2022.
I honestly forgot about most of those games, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo's been really promoting Metroid Dread a lot lately, which does make sense because there hasn't been a new 2D Metroid in close to 20 years at this point, so it does make sense.
No, that's a lie. What about the 3DS version of...
That's technically a remake, though. I'm just talking about, like, actual new titles. I mean, Nintendo always says it's been 19 years, so I'm just going off of what they said. And it seems to bring a lot of new features to the story of Metroid. I haven't really played a lot of Metroid games myself, but I know that it is a pretty big franchise for Nintendo, and it's honestly really good to see a new Metroid game come out.
Something about Metroid is it made a new genre itself. Like Metroidvania, I think you could put two and two together, what that was based off of. Like on Steam, it has its own genre called Metroidvania.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I have a list here because I didn't want to write them all down, so I'm on its website. So I guess credit to apptrigger.com. Thank you. I have a list pulled up here, and I set some of these games up because I didn't know what they are, but apparently there's a game released not too long ago, September 2nd, called Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions, and I understood what Creed was. I think this is a new Rocky game. Okay, well that already released September 2nd. I don't know, how bad could it possibly be? Honestly, with licensed media, it could be pretty bad, actually.
So, we just had WarioWare Get It Together release a couple weeks ago, and...
It was only, like a week ago at this point.
Yeah, well, when we're recording this, it was a week ago, but once this is out, it'll probably be a couple weeks. But that game seems to have a little bit of mixed reception. A lot of people think that it's just an okay innovation from past entries. I think it's pretty good, personally. I'm actually going to be getting it soon, so I don't know when it's coming in, but the micro game seems pretty fun, and the demo seems pretty fun as well, so I think that was a nice addition to the Nintendo Switch lineup. But do I think it's better than WarioWare Gold? I can't say. So another game releasing actually next year that is huge for the Nintendo Switch, at least in my opinion, is Splatoon 3. Now, we do already have Splatoon 2 on the Nintendo Switch, and a lot of people say, oh, why do we need two Splatoon games on
That's
the Nintendo
what
Switch?
I'm saying.
I mean, I can kind of see where people are getting from that, but, like, Splatoon 2 was based off of Splatoon 1 a lot. It did have the DLC, but I feel like Splatoon 2 more or less resembles Splatoon 1 quite a bit, just with a couple extra additions. It's almost like a Splatoon 1 Deluxe. Almost.
What I feel about it is like Nintendo making a sequel to Mario Maker on the same console. I don't understand it. They could just add more updates, or what is it? The event Test Wars? I don't know. I haven't played one.
Yeah, it's the speedrun events.
But it would be cool, I guess, if there was an actual story other than defeat these couple mobs.
Yeah, the story mode is a little underwhelming. Yeah.
Unless you pay for it. If you pay the DLC, I don't think it's too bad. I haven't yet. A game which I actually want to get, maybe not in release date, is actually already on sale before it came out, is Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. It was $50 when it's going to release, but now it's only $40. It's not even released yet.
Yeah, I have no idea why games go on sale before they release. I don't know, that game I feel like was solely created just to take over the storm of Smash Brothers. I think it's a good idea, but like, a lot of people seem to be excited for it, and it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's actually released on October 5th, 2021, obviously. It's only going to be 2.9 gigabytes, at least on the Switch version. I'm not sure about the other versions. So far, I don't think... Maybe all the characters have been revealed, but I don't think they have. But so far, it has SpongeBob, Lincoln Loud, Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo, and Leonardo, Alinea from Real Monsters, Invader Sim, and many more. Okay, that doesn't really help, but I'm just reading the description, obviously. It says it has 20 theme levels, like SpongeBob, yeah. Each character offers a completely different, innovative playstyle. I don't know if that's so true, but I'm gonna take the word for it. Obviously, that's not a new concept, but it never hurts to have that.
I mean, Smash Bros. Hasn't really had I mean, it's had games that are similar, directly compete with it, but I wouldn't really say it on as big of a level as this game.
I feel like this is the quote-unquote the biggest Smash competitor in a while.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because like something like Brawlhalla is a joke.
Yeah, in comparison, it definitely is. And it's just funny because watching the character reveal trailers for this game, it's formatted like a Smash Brothers character reveal trailer. It's just, I don't know. I just find it kind of hilarious, but it makes sense.
In my opinion, it kind of sucks they don't have Raphael because that's my favorite Ninja Turtle. But whatever. But they do have Michelangelo, and Leonardo, and April O'Neil, which I think is actually not a bad pick. She seems like the most skilled-based character so far. Speaking about the titles, let's talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which I believe is releasing next year. I think early next year, but still nonetheless next year. I don't know about when this game... Well, was it announced in the Nintendo... Was it Nintendo Direct or Indie Direct? I can't remember.
I think it was an Indie Direct.
But it was announced. Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Or
it could have been a part.
It wasn't announced because it was announced before this, but this was the announcement trailer for the Nintendo Switch. It actually gave us new footage, but obviously it's old news. It's like April 14th. But recently, I don't know how long ago, maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, April O'Neil was also introduced to this game, and that's pretty cool. But it doesn't seem like it's a 5-player. If you play as April, it still would only be 4. But you can play as April, so instead of having like something like Michelangelo, you can play as April and 3 other titles. Have you... do you care about this game, Jin?
I haven't really seen much about this game. I'm most likely not going to buy it either, just because I'm not really into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game series that much.
I mean, it's a beat 'em up, and most Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em ups are good. And plus, this is made by the same team who made Streets of Rage 4, which I think had some pretty good reception.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Rage 4. Yeah, 7 out of 10, 96 users like this video game. So, I have high hopes for this.
I'm sure it'll be good.
I don't know. I won't say I'm the biggest TMT fan, but I know some stuff. I like the show. Alright, now we are going to be talking about why Nintendo leaks are dumb. You shouldn't need us telling you this, but just in case, we're here to remind you that they're dumb and you shouldn't fall for them. First thing first, every week of September, there's a leak about Nintendo Direct. We can never get away from them. It's always, oh yeah, next week there's going to be a Nintendo Direct. No, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Next week there's going to be a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, it's just a constant cycle of just, oh, it's going to happen next week. Oh, it's going to happen tomorrow. Oh, within a couple of hours, expect a Nintendo Direct announcement. Then, of course, when it doesn't get announced, the leaker's like, oh, I'm sorry, there's probably some delays. Expect it like this next week. It's like, I don't get it. Like, they predicted this week there was going to be it. Obviously, that didn't happen. Last week, they were, like, certain. I remember a leaker said, September 8th is probably when the Nintendo Direct is going to happen. It didn't happen, and we're literally a week later after that, so that obviously was not true.
Talking about Nintendo leaks, which is the entire point of this segment, so of course we'd be talking about, but whatever. there's apparently been a new controller that's been registered. And I quote this from Samus Hunter 2, so this isn't my wish, this is theirs. So this is a quote. A brand new game controller has been registered today by Nintendo. FCC ID BKEHAC043. Right now all the data is locked and they sent a screenshot. Now reading the replies is the expired date of the confidential material is March 6, 2022, 6 months after the filing date. I bet its announcement won't be long in coming. It could be even announced in a couple of hours, which this was made 11 hours ago. So, and 7 hours ago, they replied to themselves again. I would say that its announcement is likely set for another day. Usually when this page pops up, it's usually the same day of its reveal or a bit later. There's a strong chance that some delays happen on Nintendo general announcements, and that's why we were able to see this page. If you scroll further down on Twitter, a lot of people think that this is Nintendo 64 on Nintendo Switch Online.
That is extremely unlikely in my opinion, because obviously this would be a trademark for an N64 controller to be used with Switch Online, just like Nintendo did with the NES and the SNES Online. So that's not out of the question, but I feel like them adding Nintendo 64 Online to the service just seems way out there, in my opinion, for Nintendo. Just because, and there's a lot of rumors going around about this as well, that it's going to be an extra service, so you're going to have to pay extra to utilize and play the Nintendo 64 games. And that, in my opinion, is not a bad idea, but I just hope Nintendo doesn't overprice the heck out of it.
Talking about that same subject, an official Nintendo Life tweeted, and I quote, "Rumor, insiders say Nintendo 64 is coming to Switch Online, believes it will introduce a higher price subscription tier." Nintendo Life says a lot of rumor type things, but when was it ever true?
Nintendo Life just copies rumors from other sources. They don't ever develop rumors on their own. I remember when the Game Boy and Game Boy Color rumors were first coming up for Switch Online, they also post tweets about that as well. So I think that Nintendo Life is just copying rumor tweets from other sources.
I want to say copying, it will be...
reposting. Yeah, reposting, basically. Yeah.
I don't want to throw them under the bus, even though I kind of am.
I feel like it's still kind of bad on their part, though, because they should know better not to list these leaks, because most of the time they're not true.
I hope it's true, but 99% sure it's not.
There's no way. I mean, Nintendo would have to announce something this big in a Direct. And of course, at this point, a September Direct is not happening, because unless if Nintendo just switches up the schedule and it somehow happens next week, but that's the only circumstance that I could see it. That's very unlikely, because September Directs are always at the beginning of the month. So I don't believe we're getting a September Direct.
So I'm looking at Nintendo Life Twitter, right? Nintendo Life 20 hours ago. Get ready for a sus Halloween. There's an official Among Us costume.
Oh my god. And in addition to talking about Nintendo adding new games to Switch Online, there's also been a lot of rumors going around in the past couple of weeks of Game Boy and Game Boy Color potentially being added to the service as well. But
those have been leaked from years at this point.
Yes, but lately it's been gaining a lot more recognition, so I just wanted to bring it up just to say as to why I think it's dumb that they're saying this. It's been leaked for such a long time, and I feel like Nintendo is overdue on adding Game Boy and Game Boy Color to the service. But if they were to add it now, that's fine, but I really hope they don't increase the price, because I don't think adding Game Boy and Game Boy Color doesn't warrant a price increase for this service. But what's interesting about that is a lot of people are saying that it was gonna happen outside of a Direct. They said Nintendo was just gonna shadow drop an announcement. That just is a huge red flag to me, and that's way unlike Nintendo to just drop something that large out of a Direct. So I knew that just out of that rumor that it wasn't real at all.
To be fair, they did release Super Mario, Paper Mario, whatever it was, the origami thing. without any direct. And
Yeah, but that was during the pandemic.
Well, we're still in the pandemic. We're actually in wave 2, so.
Well, that was during when everyone was on lockdown. So it makes sense that Nintendo could, like, I bet you Paper Mario Origami King was going to be revealed at the E3 Direct of 2020 if it were to happen. But because it didn't, I think it did actually get first revealed in May. So I still feel like it was going to be for either that or Nintendo was planning a February Direct in 2020 if all went well, and that game could have been in that Direct instead. And of course, because of the pandemic, plans changed, so that's my assumption at least.
In other news, apparently Pokemon Unite has reached over 9 million downloads on the Nintendo Switch. I wonder by how much that's going to increase once they add it to mobile phones.
It's probably going to go, like, downloads won't go down, but obviously monthly players on the Switch version will definitely go down, because mobile's a lot more convenient for most people. But
yeah.
Pokemon Unite does seem very popular, even though I don't understand, because this always happens with a lot of Nintendo games. It gets a lot of hate when it's first revealed, like Pokemon Unite was hated a lot when it was first revealed, but now I don't really see hate for it anymore all that much. And a lot of people seem to like it, and it's reflected by the fact that it has 9 million downloads on the Switch, so. Of course, most of that hate was from Twitter, but we already know how Twitter is with that.
Twitter sucks.
Yeah, if you hate toxicity and hate all over the internet, just don't use Twitter. Just avoid Twitter. Or if you hate Nintendo leaks, like we do, just avoid Twitter at all costs. Lots of leaks have also been circling around the internet about a potential new Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong Country game, releasing either late this year for a holiday game or early next year as a spring 2022 title. I think this leak has a little bit of real, I guess you could say, in it. I don't think it's entirely fake, because it's been several years since a new Donkey Kong game was released. I think the last one was Tropical Freeze. So it's been a long time since we've seen a new Donkey Kong. So it's definitely not out of the realm of like speculation that we could be seeing a new one released soon.
What I find funny, this is kind of off topic, but it's also not because it's about Donkey Kong, is during the Nintendo Direct, some people, and Jen included,
yes, me included, I'm going to say this.
When the Monkey Ball thing was revealed, you can ask Jen himself, I knew it was Monkey Ball, but he thought it was Donkey Kong.
Yeah, because the image that they put was bananas and stuff. I mean, I know Super Monkey Ball fans would probably assume that it's Monkey Ball, but like, you can definitely, like, I don't know, it just looked like Donkey Kong to me at first. Okay, so that's gonna go ahead and conclude it for our first podcast on this channel. And I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. And if you have any suggestions for any future podcasts or any suggestions on how we can improve this series, please comment down below. And with that being said, thanks for watching.